Hey, this is Dr. Green with Momenta Chiropractic, and today we're going to cover 3 exercises. They're simple exercises, all using a foam roller that you can use, especially if you're somebody who works at a desk or on the computer for long hours every single day. This first exercise we call Thoracic Extension. Thoracic kind of referring to that mid-back region or the thoracic spine. So this one's pretty easy. We just put the foam roller on the ground, and what we're going to do is we're going to lean back onto that foam roller, making sure that it's about at the level of like just below our shoulder blades in the mid back. We want to stay away from kind of placing the foam roller in the lower back, so making sure that it is just below the shoulder blades on the back. Then what we're going to do is we're going to support our head and neck by placing our hands just behind our head and neck there. We're going to let our head completely relax into our hands. We're going to go ahead and pull our elbows out in front of us. This helps to move the shoulder blades out and around so we're not kind of pinching our shoulder blades into the foam roller there. So elbows up, we're going to take a big breath in, leave the hips on the ground, and then on the breath out, we're going to extend, letting the breath all the way out and extending as far as we feel comfortable. We're going to do a few repetitions here of just light, tolerable extensions over the foam roller. Then we're going to shift the hips down, which rolls that foam roller up just slightly, so it should be right between the shoulder blades now. Pulling the elbows across, another big breath in, all the way out, and then extending over, slowly kind of working ourselves up that thoracic spine. So usually we tend to do these for repetitions of about 3 to 5 extensions per region. And again, keeping it really tolerable, shouldn't be uncomfortable, should feel like a nice kind of release in the mid-back. This next exercise is for the lats, right? So typically when we sit for long periods of time, our shoulders kind of get rounded forward, and sometimes we can get tightness in the lats, kind of those muscles on the side just below the arm there. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit our hips back toward our heels. We're going to place our kind of outside part of the hand on the foam roller here. We're going to see if we can kind of, well, the big key to this one is seeing if we can keep a round in the back, so not letting the back extend, but seeing if we can keep a bit of a round in the back. We're going to tuck the chin a bit, and then we're going to reach the arms up and sit into that stretch, okay? If I can keep my elbows extended and keep my back from extending by keeping it slightly rounded, and reach my hands all the way up, I should feel a really nice stretch kind of through that lat area, okay? The other thing that we're going to do is kind of focus on the breath here. So sitting my hips back toward my heels, I'm going to keep my elbows straight. I'm going to sink into that position without letting my back extend. I'm going to take a big breath in and then all the way out and reaching my hands all the way up, drawing my rib cage down towards my belly button. Then another breath in, coming up, and then out, reaching my arms, keeping my elbows extended, and not letting my back extend. Okay? So that's a really, really good one in being able to kind of create some length, especially in those tight lats. So in this last one, what we're going to do is we're going to set up the foam roller lengthwise. And this is where it is really nice to actually have a longer foam roller to be able to kind of do this last stretch. So foam roller goes lengthwise. What we're going to do is we're going to be careful as we do it. We're going to go ahead and kind of sit on the edge or end of the foam roller. And then we're going to slowly allow ourselves to sit back and then reposition just so that we have some support of the pelvis all the way up through the back and the head can rest nice and relaxed here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms up and we're going to go through 3 motions. We call these T, Y, and I, just like the letters, okay? So big breath in, making sure that our back stays in contact with the foam roller, meaning I don't want it to extend up as I do it. I want all of it just in contact with the foam roller, okay? Big breath in, breath out, and then we're going to let our arms fall out to the side and should feel a nice stretch kind of through the pec muscles here. Same thing, what we'll see is when we don't get a lot of extension through here, people will make up for it by extending in the back a bit. So make sure that you keep that back on the foam roller. Big breath in, arms out to the side, and a big T, okay? Then we're going to go into Y. So it isn't straight up, it's slightly out to the side, kind of letting our thumbs point back. So big breath in, Same thing, making sure our back stays on the foam roller, breath out, and seeing if we can reach those arms up at a slight angle and then back. Okay, last one is going to be the eye. So this one is straight up. So I almost want like my biceps right near my ears. So big breath in, back stays against the foam roller, breath all the way out, and seeing if I can reach through my fingertips, let my thumbs kind of guide myself towards the floor, and then back. Okay? So we can go through each repetition of these a few times, 2 to 3 reps in each position of the T's, Y's, and I's, making sure everything stays in contact with the foam roller, and we're really kind of controlling the breath, getting the breath all the way out as we get closer to the floor. So that's 3 simple exercises only using a foam roller, and some in ways that we don't often think about using a foam roller. So we hope you find those helpful. We typically give these to patients, like we've talked about, who tend to sit at a desk or work at a computer for long hours throughout each day, and it can really help to open things up and kind of get into some of the opposite postures that we find ourselves in throughout the day. So it makes for a great like mini work break routine that you can use. It only takes a couple minutes. So we hope you find that helpful, and if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out, let us know.